How to attract money and wealth fast. Well, it's about two things. It's called teams and systems, but specifically, I want to talk about your limiting beliefs and the law of attraction. How do you speed that up? The next thing I want to talk about is action over inaction, which I have a lot of other words for that. Living a decided life versus a deciding, maybe never decide. So a lot of conversation about that. And lastly, I want to talk about the psychology of debt. Good debt, bad debt, and why you won't use it. So specifically, let's start number one. How do you overcome limiting beliefs? My biggest limiting belief when I met Bob Proctor was, you got to work hard for money, because I grew up on a farm in Nebraska, and that's what we were taught. The harder you work, the more money you'll make, and blah, blah, blah. You all have your story. You could all journal about it right now. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are bad, blah, 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 whatever you think. None of that is true, which means you have to start visualizing and getting really clear and surround yourself with people who support you. Your environment matters. If you've got a bunch of naysayers and negative people who are just job people, and when you love going out to the bar, the minute you get done off work at 5:02, and then all you do is complain about your boss and the team and blah, 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 and where you work, what are you doing? Like, that's the life. Remember, inside of the law of attraction, a gentleman who wrote Atomic Habits said this word and this phrase called consistency compounds. So whatever you're consistently doing, think about it like a muscle. If you're consistently negative, you're consistently making excuses, if you're consistently whining, you're just going to get more of that, right? You have to create a great day. Glenn Morshower is one of my best friends. I love that man. And he said, you know what? Life's just better when I'm around other people. Situations are better. Rooms are better. So I live like that. I go into rooms and I know I'm going to make an impact. I don't think I'm going to. I know. I live life from a state of it's just good and it's going to be good, right? So there is a very spiritual dynamic in my relationship of law of attraction. Some of you might be spiritual or not. I use that a lot. So that God and I upstairs, we had a huge relationship of what I expect, what I demand. And a lot of you pray weak. Help me have a good day. Really? That's all you want? It's God, for sakes. I mean, created the planet, created the world, created you. If you believe that, or whatever your version of that is, I'm not going to get divisive on politics and religion. So I believe that. And so you're going to pray for a good day. How about pray for like being a millionaire? How about pray for the insight and capacity you need to attract people into your life? How about ask for the big stuff, right? One of my clients wrote this book, Pray Hard. I love it because it really reframed, even for me, like wimpy little prayers to big prayers. And you got to go for it. And your deservability, ladies, because you have problems with deservability and worth, you're going to have to stand up. And it's not being arrogant and righteous and driving with an ego. It's driving from a heart of care. And that's actually here because you want to help a lot of people. And a lot of you want all the benefit, but you're not willing to step out and help. Right? You're not willing to get incorporated. You're not willing to get your marketing machine up. You're not willing to really put it on the line. I put it on the line every day. How often has it been since you put it online? How often has it been since you've said yes and then figured it out? A lot of you won't say yes because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do half the stuff I'm doing. I hire teams that know how to do it. I know how to lead and I know how to direct. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know how to do. And I became a millionaire in stuff I did not know how to do. So it's all here. And unless you are around people who know and guide you straight, like I've been mentored and paid for millions of dollars of coaching. We're going to go for it again this year. We're going to pay probably $20-something thousand for 6 hours of one man's time because I want his brain back in my life because it's going to inspire the next big growth. So you got to understand the law of attraction. You got to put it in your life and fire everybody negative around you. Next, let's really get into action versus inaction. A lot of you think you're busy. I want you productive. I have a Millionaire Intensive. It is the greatest 8-hour show ever, I believe, because we created it as a team, not just me. And what I love about it is from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock Pacific. We do it once a month from 10 to 6. And I teach the whole day until we come to the marketplace, and then I let you free to go sell your stuff. Make money. I've had people make $19,000, $20,000, $21,000 just in our marketplace, just getting the leads from our marketplace. You all know how to do it. You've got to put a business around your hobbies, a business around your skill set. So you learn to market, you learn to sell, you learn cash flow, you learn how to fulfill properly. How do you follow up on customer service? How do you create a team and a system that money comes easily? As I said in The Secret, money comes easily and frequently. It didn't in the beginning because I didn't believe it, because money had to be hard with me. So you've got to put these formulas together. And I can promise you, if it wasn't for Bob Proctor mentoring the crap out of me, believing in me until I believed believed in myself, I wouldn't be standing here. So let me mentor you. Bob's off the planet now. I know how to do it. I've been trained implicitly by him. Let me help you put the law of attraction in your money making. And by the way, I need you here on my channel. I'm here 5 days a week. I'm here every day. It's family friendly. Grab our journal. It's in the description below. And go to Ask Loral and ask me questions. Go to AskLoral, ask questions, make a request, and let's start jamming together. And once, like I had Bob Proctor as a mentor, he became a business partner, back out to a mentor, back into a business. I did so much work with that man for decades of his life. So this isn't a one-year relationship. This is a lifetime deal, and we're going to roll. Now, once you've subscribed, I want you to share this with 10 people. And if you really, really want to learn this, I need you binge watching this channel, and we'll credit you $750 towards your tuition if you binge my channel for 25 hours. So click on the link so you do it properly so we can track your hours. Last, the psychology of debt. And I love this conversation. I want you consuming my YouTube channel about debt and how to understand it properly. So debt is the cost of money. So when you can get debt for 0, 1, 2, 4% in this economy, it's cheap. So you never pay off that kind of debt once you can acquire it. You use it over and over and over. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you were $100,000 in debt, but it's only costing you 2%. I mean, you could use that 100,000, go buy a laundromat. You could buy a pizzeria. You could buy a hair salon. I've done all that. I bought real estate. I mean, with the 100, you could just put it on a note for 12%. Now you're arbitraging. You're taking the spread. You're paying 2%, but you're getting 12. So you get to live on 10. So for every 100,000, you're printing 10,000. That's free money. That's free. You're creating 10,000. Like, come on. You got to learn this. You got to do it safely or you're going to kill yourself out there by ended up in $100,000 of bad debt. The only reason it became bad debt is because your investments weren't good. The way you made money wasn't good. The way you spent the money was wrong. So let me teach you. Let me guide. There's a step-by-step process. It's all laid out sequentially in the Millionaire Maker. I'm here every day. I will talk to you tomorrow. And again, go to AskLoral.com if you have any questions.